Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's a distinct privilege to remember a most transformative and inspirational figures in contemporary history, Mahatma Gandhi. His was a life where he stood for the rights and dignity of every individual through his unwavering belief in non-violence to win over the hearts and minds who transgress. His was a life full of calmness, courage, compassion in the face of any form of oppression or provocation or intimidation. And in his characteristic ways, he employed an exceptional level of humility and empathy to reach his views to the masses. As a teenager, my modest introduction to Gandhiji was courtesy his fabled autobiography, My Experiment with Truth. As I passed my high school in Bangladesh, I accosted an octogenarian Gandhian in rural Bangladesh. And 2 decades later, while I was on a diplomatic assignment in New Delhi, I came across veteran Gandhian Nirmala Deshpandeji. As I stand in 2020 in Hague, for instance, I wonder how would a youth look at Gandhiji today. Surely what he spoke out on so many occasions, those transcend boundaries, cultures, societies and nations. Indeed, through his timeless reflections. As one would carefully deconfigure, through all that he spoke about or did or stood for throughout his life, he actually labored to inculcate in the minds of individuals culture of peace through education, sustainable economic and social development, respect for all human rights, equality between women and men, democratic participation at every possible tier, harmony, tolerance, solidarity. Last year, I had the privilege to be witness to the deliberation on Culture of Peace Manifesto in New York. And I heard them that it asks every individual anywhere to pledge, quote unquote, in my daily life, in my family, my work, my community, my country and my region, to respect the life and dignity of each human being without discrimination or prejudice. Practice active non-violence, rejecting violence in all its forms. Share my time and material resource, such as in the spirit of generosity, to put an end to exclusion, injustice, and political and economic oppression. Defend freedom of expression and cultural diversity. I believe this is where Gandhiji's darshan, that's philosophy, connects eminently with the Agenda 2030 for Sustainable Development that all our leaders have signed on to 5 years back. 7 decades since his departure, in contemporary global settings in Asia, Europe, or Africa, his values encourage millions of women, youth, disadvantaged to advance participation, equality, fairness, harmony, peace and stability in the minds of individual or through the fabric of society or conduct of responsible society. That is where and how the people of Bangladesh drew on in our struggle and journey for emancipation of freedom and liberalism in so many senses. To conclude, we are reminded of his evergreen words, quote, "In a gentle way, you can shake the world," unquote. Thank you.